I mean, you can't see us, but we're both kind of chonky. So.
Yeah. You'd be like, if you saw us walking down the street, you'd be like, they enjoy burgers.
They enjoy burgers, yeah.
And the fries. We're not skimping on the fries.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Jamie here and Liam for another episode of Miscy Business. And this week we have a friend of mine, Esther from Mum's Burgers.
Sup?
So I've managed to drag Esther down because in my day job, I met her out and about and she made a hell of a toasty once for me and then a burger the other time. And then that was it. It was just friends forever in my mind.
Yeah.
So,
Likewise.
Liam, Liam
and
knows
for
this.
for the uninitiated, where is Mum's Burgers located?
Baronia.
Baronia.
Just in the Dan Murphy's car park.
Oh,
Okay.
I used to live in Ferntree Gully, which is like a stone's throw, I guess, and we used to play against them when we played football.
Man, we would have been neighbours so many times.
Yeah, this is I'm noticing this
We
is
discovered off air
Are you
that
following
Liam
me?
and Esther live near each other now, and they once upon a time obviously did so before. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I think we'll clear one thing up. Mum's Burgers is now sold.
Right.
So technically you're not a part of it anymore.
Woo.
And you're happy about that though, correct?
Yeah, 8 years, man. I served my time.
Yeah. Actually, they say the average career path in Australia at the moment is measured in 8 years at a time.
So you did
So
well.
you're
I
like
heard that recently as
You're
well.
right on
you are
par.
bang on the mark. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So-
as career shifters, me and Jamie are pretty aware of that.
Yeah. We have been through a lot
Yeah.
of different careers.
Jamie and I
Still
have
moving.
worked in 3 of the same workplaces
Yeah.
together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that how you guys met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I was once upon a time Liam's boss for a minute.
For a while.
Brief
yeah.
minute.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yeah, many years ago. And
Yep.
then we just kept following each other. You know, you stick to good people, right?
Yeah.
That
Here
works.
we are today.
Yeah.
True,
exactly.
true.
So expect to be back on the podcast regularly because that's
Yeah.
what we do. I guess we'll start with that and then work backwards. So selling mums. Now it was something.
How much did you get? No.
No, yeah, dollars. Hard facts. No. But I mean, I had the pleasure of meeting your mum as well. So to straighten that out, was it your mum's business or were you a part of owning it, or like was it a family business? What was the system?
Oh,
You're okay.
It's all right. We'll edit that out. Leave it in.
Or we'll leave it in because it's fun.
family business. Oh,
She punched me. She's hitting me, guys. Yeah.
family business, and it started off mine and mum's,
Yep.
and
Yep.
then I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah.
I'm done. And then I left, and then she made it like a corporation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and I was like, sweet. And then we sold it as like a corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool,
you
cool.
registered it as a different type of business,
Yeah.
so that you could like lead it to public sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
all
okay.
right.
That's clever. Yeah, okay, cool.
So
Whose idea was it to start mums?
mum's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, let's start a restaurant. And I was like, she wanted to do Chinese food though.
Yeah,
And
okay,
I was like,
Why? No, you continue. Sorry.
this is going to go public. Like, she's a
Yeah.
great cook, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like for a job cooking Chinese,
No.
Okay.
no.
Not quite. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like,
That's fair.
burgers is like easy. I didn't have a day like kitchen experience. I didn't even know how to cook. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I can't be cooking Chinese food for people. Like,
Right,
I'm going to
yeah.
steam rice properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. Because, I mean, we were at Saul's Sandwiches the
Yes,
other day, right?
yeah.
And we were actually talking about that around the menu and how simple it was.
Yes.
And it's like, it's just such you'd think a straightforward thing, right? Keep the menu simple enough that you can't fuck it up,
Yeah.
really, right?
Yeah, you
And
The
like-
Gordon
so.
Ramsay thing.
It's
There's
just-
that Gordon Ramsay thing where if it can't be printed on one piece of paper, then it's too much. So like Gordon Ramsay has this thing where like if it covers both sides of one piece of paper, that's enough.
Oh, okay.
which was, you know, you guys
that
were
was
on that.
us. We just squeezed it in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you did. It was small font, but it worked.
Had all the old people like
Yeah,
holding it
yeah.
all the way back. Yeah.
I mean, so 8 years, yeah. So
Yeah.
surely, as much as the relief now that it's history, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of fun times. Like, through it.
so many, and like the friends we made along the way, and like friends that helped out along the way. That was like, I don't know, too many good memories.
Yeah.
But in
Did
saying
you
that,
hire any of your friends to work there?
yeah.
How did that go? It didn't go well, did it?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
worked with two of my exes, so that
Yeah,
was
okay.
yeah, that,
Yeah, there you
that was
go.
challenging. There'd be patties flying across the kitchen sometimes.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
poor
yeah.
mum, man. Yeah. And like hiring friends and like not being able to be like, yo, you need to like step up your game a bit, I'd just be like, yeah, it's all good, man. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, too nice. But we learned our lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
Don't. Working with friends, cool, but like hiring friends is a different thing.
Yeah, because when you go into business with someone like me and Jamie have done in the past
we've
before,
done
it.
you know,
Really?
Yeah, we've done little
and
side hustles.
you have to be at an equal level of, you know, want and equal level of need.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're just getting or hiring your friends, it's tough, man,
Yeah.
because like at the end of the day, you have effectively given them the thing that they don't want to do the most.
Work, exactly.
For their own livelihood. And the appreciation only goes so far, and then they start to taper off, and it's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that.
I mean, through the times then at Mum's, like with the menu, I'm really hung up on the menu, right? Because I thought it was awesome. And I did legitimately. Like, I'm not like a burger expert. I enjoy them, but I'm not a burger expert.
Love a burger.
Yeah. We both do, actually.
Yeah. You can tell. Yeah. I mean, you can't see us, but we're both kind of chonky. So.
You'd be like, if you saw us walking down the street, you'd be like, they enjoy burgers.
They enjoy burgers, yeah.
And the fries. We're not skimping on the fries. Menu creation, you, your mum, both.
Mainly me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Because there was some wicked stuff on the menu.
Smoke a lot of weed, so that's where the inspiration
That's
comes
fine.
from.
Hey,
can we say that here?
Totally.
Yeah, of course you can. We're a safe space.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a safe podcast. You can say what you want.
I've done interviews with people before, and they're like, "Oh, so where'd you get this idea and that idea?" And like, I couldn't say it at the time because I owned the business, and I was like, apparently, reputation is a thing. But now it's gone. I'm like, yeah, well, that's where it all came from.
Yeah, that's fine. Man, I kind of wish G was here because G gets a lot of his inspo that way, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So
Another guy that's part of our podcast crew.
He's a producer. He does like music and stuff. Sometimes
graphic
for
design
us, and
Day,
you know, it's graphic design. But yeah, he'll just like have a mad session. He'll be like, all right, I'm setting aside a night. He'll get himself some dank ass fucking weed, and he'll just sit himself down in front of the computer and just like write beats and shit. So
That's the way it's done.
That makes full sense though. The
makes
menu,
sense
like
to me.
Liam didn't have the pleasure of going there, but that menu, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
Mac and cheese patties.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Load everything up. Yeah. That's why we had like a demographic as well, and Baronia was like a really good spot for us.
Yeah.
You really could have leaned into that, I feel, being in that sort of Baronia. Yeah.
For 1 year, we opened till like midnight on 420, and my mum was like, "Why are you opening till midnight tonight? Like, can you really be bothered?" And like, it was me and one other guy working, and like we had like 5 people come in, but I was like, you know what's up?
Yeah. You're like, Mum,
We know.
the people need it. The people, we are doing a service.
We
Yeah.
didn't do that again. Though.
That's actually clever though.
That's good. That's
Wow.
One day it will be like normal.
Oh yeah.
And like,
you won't need to check yourself. Be like, can I talk about this?
Yeah. I've like low key on the side been talking to one of my friends who is a pharmacist and knows how to like operate a pharmacy because that's what she does for a living. And I was saying like, you know, when it's legalized, when it eventually is legalized, which it absolutely has to be at some point because it's way too good for our economy. It takes away like the weed from the dealers and puts it into the hands of like legitimate businesses. How do we do this? And like, how do we set up a dispensary immediately? Because I want to be on the forefront of that. Now, as someone who I don't recreationally use myself anymore, but I would 100% be down for creating a dispensary for that. And
I think there is.
No, there is currently, but there's no public ones.
True.
So they're like more like governmental ones. And because it's not legalized, you need a prescription. But I'm talking about when it's legalized,
Like
and you can just walk in off the
Yeah.
street and buy whatever strain you want in from wherever it came from, you know, and you can start to, oh, dude, it'd be
It
so
was
good.
like we had friends that used to go to Portland
Yeah.
a bit in America for like just for their business and stuff.
Yeah.
And they say it all the time. Like dispensaries were very common at that point. Like they opened up a few there. And it was weird. They're like, you know, like you could, instead of going like, do you want to go for a couple of drinks? But like, do you want to go grab a couple of joints? Like, and you just do it and it was fine. And you know, you'd pick your flavor, pick your how hard it's going to hit you. And
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I think, economy wise, like Yeah.
It's too beneficial economy-wise to ignore for much longer.
Doing it with like everything now, like my friends who studied like medicine, he's now in psychology. He's studying like the effects of mushrooms and like MDMA. Sorry, can we?
Yeah.
I
You go
don't
nuts,
do
man.
drugs, by the way.
No. That's fine though. No, go
but
for it.
like, it's all coming out there. I'm like, people are getting locked up for this shit, and now it's like,
Well, I was telling Liam, I ran into an interesting fella, we'll say that, not part of my normal friendship group, but he had some cool things to say. One of which was he was saying that Thailand, post-COVID, to reboot their economy, legalized marijuana and pulled everyone out of jail that was in jail for marijuana, actually gave them grace, amnesty, and was like, you can come out if it was for low-level marijuana possession.
I respect that.
And it rebooted them. Like, they're cleaning up now because they're like the Asian Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, what?
Hit
This
the
is weed in
reset button.
Thailand? It's like, I'll fucking book the next flight.
You can just like go there and just get it and
apparently.
get ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's no dicking around anymore. It's
Nah.
just you want to get some weed, you get some weed.
And that's it. And on that, Holland has been pushing it for years because they're like, their government literally loves it because they clean up taxes and shit like that. They make
And it's
good
not
money.
actually a problem.
No, exactly.
there at
That's
all.
actually, it's proven there as well. Their crime rates associated to it are so fucking low. And it's like, I don't know. It's funny.
Dude, you know one of the things that made me lean away from smoking weed was dealers. They are just like, I fucking hate dealers, man. they're so painful to deal with because they always want to fucking chat and I don't want to. I just want to get the shit and leave.
I always hear the opposite. They're
Yeah?
just like, I don't want to chat. Like,
Oh,
get
man.
out. Get your shit and get out.
Maybe it's like this gross social misunderstanding where the buyer and the buyee think that they're making polite conversation, but actually they both want to leave.
Who's going to say it first?
Okay, this is awkward now.
Dude, I would always just be like, oh, look, I got to be somewhere in 5 minutes. So I
Come
got
up with the excuse before you get there.
Yeah. Oh, look, I got to drop in, get out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I actually love that.
Is this meant to be a PG podcast?
No,
by the way?
No,
Okay,
not at all. We
No,
definitely
we're Gucci.
take explicits and all that.
Yeah.
We are not.
This doesn't go to kids. Yeah.
No.
It's cool to catch you outside of the workplace. I feel like it's totally different right
Yes.
now.
Yeah. I can't exactly talk about this in my work uniform.
Neither.
As openly as I can.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Like-
it's definitely.
We talk about our work, but we don't talk about exactly what we do. We're very ambiguous about what it is we do. Like, I work for a builder. Jamie does a marketing thing for a company, and we don't really go too much further into that. But yeah.
Do you reckon your work friends listen to your podcast?
I think they will.
Some of them
might.
Some of them will.
might.
Some of them will.
But they're fine. The ones that would listen, I think, are pretty chill. To be honest,
Yeah, they're either the supportive ones or they're the haters.
Okay.
So, and your haters are your biggest fans.
Yeah, they're the
really.
ones who want.
Yeah.
bring them on. Hate us all day long.
Yeah, give me
listen.
give me the
Joe Rogan.
reactions.
Joe
give me
Rogan's the most hated
impressions.
man on earth, and he's got fucking millions of listeners.
That's true, man. That's true.
Is it really?
Yeah,
yeah,
most
he's-
listened to minutes wise.
Yeah, he's the most listened to podcast. But yeah, he's like an anti-hero to a lot of people.
Yeah, I morally will not listen to anything he does or watch anything he does.
Really? Can I know why?
Yeah, he's a conspiracy theorist, and he jumps to conclusion.
Yeah, okay.
But when he jumps to conclusion, he's then not malleable in changing his idea, which is the main reason I
So
don't
even
like
if
him.
proven
Okay.
wrong,
He's still...
He's still resolute in
Stubborn.
his
heels in.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're all for open opinion.
Yeah.
But it's like, have some sensibility about it.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
I've got fact, it's like, don't go, nah, wrong.
Be open.
Yeah. And I really do feel that when you have such a broad reach, you've got a responsibility to pay your due diligence.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Which
No,
in
zero
in
fuck.
its own right is kind of gotta respect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main reason I don't want to give him impressions is that I
No,
don't
it's so
like
fair.
that. I don't like that he doesn't review his ideals. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But he's definitely quotable, 100%. He's
Yeah.
definitely able to be quoted
1000%.
on a lot of different subjects, mainly because he talks a lot. But
Very much so.
also he can kick the shit out of a boxing bag. Have you ever seen him actually do MMA?
Never.
Dear Lord. I saw him kick a boxing bag one day and I was like, I might actually die from internal bleeding if he kicked me.
Yeah.
I didn't
Just watch
realize
He's a
how
very
good he
strong
was.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Maybe not anymore at his age, but I saw a video and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. That boxing bag is almost broken.
Jesus Christ.
Send it.
On that note, kind of, not really, but to get back to mums for a second,
Yeah.
I really want to ask you a question.
Yes.
And I remember having this conversation with you, but honestly, forgotten what you answered. So I'm going to ask it on the podcast.
Go.
Trained chef? No. Chef? Passed? No. How did that come about? Did you just, like you said, got in the kitchen, started cooking, it worked out?
On my resume, it says I'm a trained chef.
That's fine.
Nice.
I think 8 years of running a burger shop, you can have that on there.
I got to like the last unit of,
Oh, okay.
of cooking
Okay. That's
class.
different.
And
Yeah, okay.
It was the
I'd pay that.
accounting side, and I
Oh.
also had a hand injury, so I was like, I've already like done it.
Yeah,
I have to
yeah.
finish it. Yeah.
No, you don't have to. That's my opinion on that.
I think in a kitchen experience is more valuable than like like that teaches you fundamentals, but you can learn that in a day in a kitchen.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
We think that way about life. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Correct.
Any
Yeah.
jobs that we've ever had, Liam and I, we've got pretty similar thoughts on that.
And
Yeah.
the only jobs I think in the world that need like actual university like degrees are like doctor and
Lawyer.
lawyer. Yeah. I don't know. Like it really? Like I feel like what's the difference between doing like a trade for 4 years in training or actually going and working with a lawyer for 4 years
Yeah.
instead of studying?
True.
I really just think that like the schooling is like so not necessary.
Yeah.
I have
Facts.
an alternate view on education, and I think like, and we've discussed this before, and like we've talked about it a few times with other people, but I think that the value of schooling is outweighed by the value of being able to find information.
Yeah.
Knowing
100%.
things and finding things are two different skill sets,
Yeah.
and if you can find information effectively, that makes you more valuable than someone who knows everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel.
No, I agree with you
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I reckon school is not for everyone.
No,
Like,
yeah.
and a lot of people that I know that are actually doing pretty good for themselves, I'm like, you didn't even go to school, you know?
No,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like we
Yeah.
literally were talking about this the other
Yeah.
week as well. Like,
And there's a huge surgence in the last 10, 12, 15 years even of people who are home chefs or home cooks
Yeah.
and don't have any qualification, and you see like these people with YouTube channels like Binging with Babish and
Yeah.
you know
love
like
that guy.
yeah
Mike-
and
Mikey
you know
Matheson.
and like he doesn't have any
kitchen.
culinary
Is he just a
like
home cook?
training. He started
Oh,
as a
wow.
home cook. He's had training now
yeah.
because he's
A
had
lot
the
of them do it
ability
that
to.
way. Home cook, then
But
get
he was
training.
home cook first, had his show, didn't have a face for many years,
Yeah.
and then got more and more popular, and people wanted to obviously see. And then he expanded, and he stole someone from Bon Appetit channel as well. He
Oh,
stole
wow.
one of their people, and now she's part of his channel. And yeah, so you know these are people who are effectively they're not trained. You know, there's people on TikTok who are making legitimate wages out of just posting the stuff that they make because that's really watchable.
The internet changed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like anything you want, just search it. You have it.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah. Exactly right. And I mean, the ability to become a celebrity off the back of it, if you really commit,
Yeah.
it can be done.
And
with something
absorbing
like
that
that, point
content
of
has never
difference.
been easier either. You know, like
True.
you find, you know, I've learned how to do countless things through like YouTube channels and even TikTok. Like sometimes you watch something on TikTok enough times. I watched enough like PC builds on TikTok that I can put computers together.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
insane. And all I've done is watch that on TikTok, and now I can do that.
That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
so like, you know, the same thing goes for cooking. You know, sometimes you'll see a TikTok and it'll be this really erratic guy that teaches you how to balance flavor with like, you know, sugar and salt. And like now that's just banked knowledge that I
Yeah.
have. And I've consumed his content and that has helped pay his bills. You know, like,
Yeah.
In like 1 second as well, you just like
Yeah.
learnt a new
That's the thing, right?
skill.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
I call it, like in my workplace, we call them snackables because it's just like easy facts content that you just like that.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Snackables, right?
Yeah.
I think it's such a good way to put it because it is. That's exactly what it is. It's just a snack for the brain,
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
which is, unreal. So what's next for you? What's going on?
I'm just dabbling
Yeah?
at the moment
Yeah.
in everything. Yeah, like tomorrow I'm just helping a mate out at his cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, he's not even. I didn't even know the guy. Sorry. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
that's
a
fine.
friend of a friend. He was just like,
That's right.
"Yeah, anyone need to make coffee?" I was like,
a
"I'll
stranger's just a friend you haven't met, you know?
Yeah, we'll be friends tomorrow. And I got a job at like if there's a place I want to work, it's there.
Yeah, cool.
Ah, okay.
Bounty of the Sun in Balaclava.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Japanese food.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's rad.
So I'll hopefully be staying there for a while.
Yeah.
And I've been helping out at Cafe Carpenter. Chatty.
Why is that ringing a bell for me?
Whereabouts is it?
Which one is that?
Warrigal Road
Yep.
and Waverley Road.
Yep.
Office Works.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
That little cozy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no fun.
I've been
No
there.
fucking way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be my follow up question. Is do you think you would want to start something else and run it yourself again, or are you like stung from that and now you want to like go and work for someone?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
all of the above.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I am like the last leg of that whole selling the business thing was like the hardest part of the whole 8 years. Like
Yeah.
we inspections, like all the bookwork, paperwork, and like agents, solicitors. I was like, I've never done this before. Like I don't know what I'm doing. And that rocked me. Like that fully burnt all my fuses. And as well as like boyfriend stuff and house stuff, life stuff. Everything was just like bah. And we walked away from the shop with like not as much as we wanted. So it was yeah. I was kind of just like light the match, burn it.
Yeah.
Just
What was
leave
the
it there.
yeah.
Like, overall, like a very good learning experience. But like next time, at least I know exactly what not to do again.
Yeah.
I keep saying like next time, but I haven't. I
I know what you mean. You don't know when or what the next time is. Yeah,
when the world sorts itself out, I'll actually start thinking. But to do a business now, whoever's opening a business now, I'm like, you're so brave. Like,
Yeah, because you don't know what's around the corner with it, hey?
Yeah.
And like 8 years of mums and like 2 years during COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Dick.
I've always been too scared to go full whole, like just put my whole body and soul into my own project and work as my own boss. And I think that like what you did is admirable. It is
Thank you.
yeah, definitely.
huge, amazing achievement.
Mum as well, though.
Yeah, props to you and mum.
she's a
Yeah, it's awesome.
bloody, she's a beast.
Yeah.
My mum, you know her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's, yeah.
So tell me about your mum. Like, how would you describe her? Like to me, someone who's never seen or met her before. Like, if you were going to bring me into your house and be like, look, I got to prepare you for my mum. Like, how would you describe?
She's loud.
Loud.
And she's rough around the edges, but she's a softie inside.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
1000%. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, like Chinese Russian background. Like I don't know. She's she's a character. That's I love my mum.
Okay,
she's like
alright.
me, but like just. I'll be like that in the future when I'm like a little bit crazier.
Yeah.
I won't be mad about it because she's a legend. So.
It's like there's a clarity of confidence that comes with wisdom, and maybe she's like at that like stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not taking life too seriously anymore. Like she's eaten shit her whole life. Like with 3 of us kids, and like I don't know, she's been working her ass off. So now she's like. Yeah, it's her time to chill.
Was mum's her first business?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Before this, we were like, she was in a $2 shop working, stacking shelves all day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was there for like 13 years or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I did my time in retail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did I.
I think I did 10, 11
That's
years,
one
roughly.
industry
Yeah.
I will.
Never.
No.
I can't.
I got stories though. I got stories
How
to
many
fill
Karens
a
did you have
book.
to deal with?
Yeah. Actually, Jamie and I started a business. Like before drop shipping was a thing, we figured out drop shipping.
Yeah.
And we were doing that with scooters because
Kids-
we both
kids
came from
scooters?
like a background where we were like, okay, this dude's got a monopoly. And what we can do is catch his slipstream of products that he's not selling. So we started did a drop ship for like those
online.
kind of products, online thing.
wow.
And then we got a storage facility and we had like a storefront for a while. And when we got the storefront, that's when the phone calls started coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And man, I got to tell you, when it was my business, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care.
be
at
like
all.
that.
Yeah. People were like, I'm going to take I was like, please don't call me again. Like, I want to speak to your boss. There's no one above me. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
You're
Let
at
me
the
go
top.
get them for you.
So
Yeah.
many times that, towards the end, I was really just getting to the point where I was like, one more, I'm going to snap, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I could imagine, especially in the food service industry, like,
Yeah.
people are so fussy
Yes.
And
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
bar just gets higher and
Yeah,
higher
yeah,
and
yeah,
higher.
yeah.
Like the standard of food, I'm just like, it's a takeaway joint. Like you know, we're doing what
Yeah.
we can right now. Like
Yeah.
you can't expect like bloody gold leaf burger or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
One
Yeah.
time, I was in Hungry Jack's with my friends waiting in line, and there was a man in front of me, and he was stipulating to the teenager at the counter what order in which he wanted his ingredients put in his Whopper. And I was like, my man, you are in Hungry Jack's. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I saw something not long ago in McDonald's. This guy was watching Hawkeye. The chick grab his chips out, right?
Yep.
And she's gone to hand to him. And he's like, I want the hot ones. And she's like, okay. And she's poured them back in. He's like, what did you just do? And she's like, I put the chips back in. He's like, well, you touched them. And she's like, no, I didn't. I didn't put them into the bucket with my hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, called her manager over. And he's like, I think you need to have a word to this young lady because she has a problem. And like, I'm standing there like, is this for real?
Oh, man.
Like, what fucking, like, I'm
The
sorry, what
customer's
golden
always
glove did you get
right.
raised with that you deserve? It's fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
This girl hates her life enough as it is.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to serve assholes like you every day.
Yeah.
straight
Leave
up.
her alone. Like,
Bro, she's got like an algebra test tomorrow. She doesn't care.
eat your cold chips like the rest of us and shut the fuck up.
Basically.
Like, seriously.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
People and their
man.
demands, I swear. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely parallels,
dude.
and it's there's like you are a different kind of person moving forward through your life if you've worked in either hospitality or retail.
Yeah.
Because you've been at the bottom of the barrel, you've had to be that service position, and you know that those people are out there in the world,
Yep.
and they're wearing masks. They look like the rest of us, but that man probably goes to work, and they don't know that he's a 15, 16-year-old harasser because she didn't choose the correct chips. Like, if you knew that about one of your friends, would you not think of them differently?
no, I would never go out for dinner with them again. No.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But like the legends make up for the.
I was going to
that
say,
bunch. Yeah.
You did seem really appreciative of good people. I'm the same. Like, it was
Yeah.
the same in the role, obviously, meeting yourself. And, like,
Yeah.
I'd go in and, deal with yourself and your mum. And, like, I was like, this is nice. It wasn't
I look
like
forward to seeing you, man.
Like, yeah, it was good, good little quick catch up. While literally you're running around like a crazy person. Seriously.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the most complimentary way.
No,
Like,
I know.
You literally had it was, but but it makes a difference, right? Like when you are in a role like that, like it's all the difference when people are nice. Like you
Yeah.
said, they make up
Straight
for a
up.
lot of it. I think those people don't realize that sometimes, you know what I mean? Like they don't realize that, okay, you've actually made someone's day a hell of a lot better than it was going to be if they literally had to deal with just dickheads all day.
Yeah,
So it's
because
like-
you could have been the person that just sent them over the edge for that day,
Yeah.
and you were the opposite of that. And you can tell people who like you now in the future will have like a lot more empathy moving into like being a consumer in that industry now because
Yeah.
you would know like what it's
Yeah.
like. You know that it's hectic. People aren't getting paid enough. They have to work back. They have to start early. Like
Yeah.
there's just a lot of life stuff associated with what they're doing and what they're trying to output. And you have a lot of empathy for that now. I feel that a lot when I go to stores because I worked in retail a lot. I went to get some basketball shoes recently and my size was on the shelf and they didn't have the second shoe. And I feel like that's something you should have, right?
Want me to go get it? I'll go get it.
He's like, it's not out there. And I'm like, in my head, I was like, I'm pretty sure it would be. Like, and maybe someone else might be able to find it, but I'm going to chalk this one up as an L and I'm just going to move on my merry way.
Oh my god.
Because I didn't want to be that guy that was like, you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
On like the customer side and that kind of thing, burger culture. That's a thing, yeah. Like you had
it's
people come
such
through. Yeah.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I hated it at the start. It drove me insane.
Yeah.
I was like, gives me anxiety. Like, people are so critical in that scene. And, like, I don't know. But then after I was like, just be sure of your product and what you're doing. And,
Yeah.
like, even if it's not as good as all the other joints and, like, they leave you a bad review, like, don't take it to heart. They obviously have a really high standard.
Yeah,
but then
yeah, yeah.
after I was like, got into it, found my mojo. We started doing those towers and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, people would come in and just like get real creative. Like Amy, Queen of the Cheap Meal, she would get like bloody a kilo of pastrami in a burger, and I was like, I love this shit. Like, and I was like, cool, I actually look forward to it. And then like people would come in, make videos and stuff. I was like, that's fun. That's why we do what we do. Like,
yeah. There's an episode of South Park that does that, where they're Yelpers. And like
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. I could. Yeah. So that's a double-edged blade though, right? Because you get people come in and just fucking shit can you for internet points.
Yeah.
But the flip side can be just as valuable.
Exactly. But like I was too sensitive at the start because I was so young when we started it. Every bad review, I would like take it so personally. I'd be like upset for 3 days, like check it every day, read it again. Oh my God. But yeah, at the end I was just like, whatever. Like the real ones know, like the customers that are here every week, they know like we're bloody like doing as good we can. So
you would think that other burger places or other places that are similar to yours would see those maybe one day, and they would just be like, that person probably doesn't know what they're talking about, because they would just experience the same thing, you know, like they would experience their own run of like bad reviews and shitty people.
Exactly. And any business has dealt with that side of things as well. So
It's hard when you put like a part of yourself out there and you have to like not care about it somehow. Yeah. Like working in media, we've done that a lot with like Miss when we first started. And when we were like streaming and like on YouTube and stuff like that, like obviously you just get like people just fucking hate on you, man. And they got no good reason either.
It's the internet. Anyone can just be out there saying whatever because one thing like, you know, they didn't agree with. That's why I'm like, I love podcasts to listen to, but I'm like, to be on one, I'm like, I'm going to say something and then it's going to be like out there for the next 20 years and I'm going to get cancelled. Like, that's right.
Oh God! But, we'll try not to make that happen.
No, like I
can't guarantee it.
No,
we towed the line pretty close though. Like we definitely towed the line pretty close, and like there's definitely moments where we've been like, that was maybe a bit exy. Like,
do you guys ever just like word vomit and then after you like watch back and you're like, oh, shit,
there was one episode we recorded not long ago, which I think people would think we're like anti-feminist, but we're not. Like we're all like a lot of us are happily married in relationships and we love women. But you know, if you didn't take our tongue in cheek the right way,
exactly,
you would think like you could definitely rip quotes out of that episode that make us look very bad.
Yeah. I was actually thinking
it will be.
I was actually thinking of taking some of those quotes and like making like an Instagram square and having like a picture of me and then just putting one of those quotes completely out of like context.
Yeah, just bait
over
ourselves.
the top of it. Just
that'll get you so much.
Yeah, exactly. See? Why not?
Exactly,
we might as well use it.
Yeah.
Dude, I can take the hate, man. I don't mind it. Like, it honestly doesn't bother me. So I'll just throw it out there and see what happens.
There's a comedian Liam and I both like called Tom Segura, and he has his own podcast, right? And he deliberately will like pause at awkward moments in sentences just so it sounds like he said something politically incorrect.
Yeah.
And he'll just like, and wait for it. And like, he's done it so many times. Sure enough, next day, like, what is it? YMZ or no, YMZ or whatever it is. TMZ and stuff like that. We'll like, we'll cut it out and be like, Tom Segura hates black people. He said it. When like the full, when the full excerpt is definitely not that.
Yeah, it's this day and age, you can't say anything, like anything at all. That's why I like podcasts. It's like real. It's not facts. Like nothing you say is 100% facts, but it's like real people, real conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's it. Like that's you pretty much said our tagline. That's literally what we're doing.
I think genuinely media consumption is leaning towards that direction anyway. With the rise of like streaming and people watching live content, they're getting like a more human, you know, aspect of consumption. Whereas reality TV shows now are borderline more scripted than. Like, you know, like,
I cannot watch TV anymore.
I honestly, sometimes if I'm at someone's house and I see an ad, I'm like watching it and I'm like, what is going on right now? Because I'm like so out of the loop with like what gets advertised on TV, and it'll be a TV show.
Weird these days, ads and TV. It's all weird these days. It's not like when we were growing up.
Not at all.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, man. The world is a wild place, and the way that people like absorb media now is just so like for us, I feel like it's been really well mediated as people like millennials, and we've like grown up with different forms of technology, and we're still kind of in touch with all the new stuff. But when I look at like our parents' generations, right, and they watch like regular TV still, it seems so, I don't know, misleading or dishonest. Just everything about it like feels like it has an ulterior motive, and I just don't feel good about it. I'd rather watch someone accidentally say the N-word on Twitch, you know? Because at least I know they're a real person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Look, he's a human.
Yeah.
Look what he did.
Hey, man, he said the N-word when he was singing along with some song. Like, you know, am I going to hate on him for that? Nah, not really.
No,
You know?
no.
Oh, man.
But people will.
They will.
Exactly, yes.
They will.
We
They'll
won't, but
clip
they
it.
will.
Clip it. Clip it. Be the first to post it online.
Oh, God. All over Reddit.
Yeah.
Oh. Scoping out your Insta, do you skate a little bit?
I try.
Yeah.
I try. I'm not great, but I try. I
Yeah?
tried. Yeah. I have like a love-hate relationship with it. I love skating. It's like one of two passions I have in life.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like it's just, it's an unforgiving sport. Like when you hurt yourself, it's
It is a cruel mistress.
Yeah.
Skating.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It is.
Because even the most simple things are exceptionally hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you'll meet someone in the wild, and they'll be like, oh, you skate. And then they'll immediately think that you can grind off a gutter on someone's house because that's what you do on Tony Hawk. Literally, no one can do that.
Ask if I can kickflip like that. Maybe I'm like, cannot fucking get. And when somebody's like on the street, like, do a kickflip. I'm like, I just get pissed off. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
So no, like I'm not great at skating, but I do love it.
You do love it. That's fine.
It's a good sport.
There's a certain freedom that comes with skating that even if you take away like, you know, flip tricks, you know, just take them out of the equation.
Yeah.
If you're just skating or you're just carving, you know, there's something about that is just so like calming. It's like flying.
Yeah.
It's like what I imagine flying would be like. It's just like this like weirdly clarity that you have over the motions that you're doing.
Yeah,
And
when you're like one with the board. But there's also like that fear. That's kind of like, I'm like, oh, it's scary. I could fall any second, but then, I don't know. I like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like skydiving. Like I could die. I'm going to do it. Like,
Yeah, no shit. Have you ever done bungee?
No, that would be cool. I'm not opposed to it, but I've just never been in like.
You've done skydiving?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fun.
So bungee jumping is scarier.
Yeah, I'm no doubt.
100%.
You're like
Yeah.
fully.
I would
by the
It's a
feet.
free fall.
I would heavily suggest doing it.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Where?
It's very good. I did it in Queensland.
Oh.
Yeah.
What were you diving into?
Into like basically what was like a pond, effectively.
Hectic.
Yeah. It was. I let out an involuntary scream, and I think I've only ever done that twice in my life. So like, it was like, thankfully a very manly scream. I have footage of it.
It wasn't a squeal.
It wasn't a squeal. It was like, ah!
Did you like bounce up and down at the end?
So like, yes, they asked if I wanted to be dunked in the water, and I was like, head on.
Oh, no way.
I was like, I want the hair to go in. Like, I wanted to just like get dunked a little bit.
How can they just dunk like from that far? How can they just?
So they have like a length that they can then like sort of taper back,
Oh wow.
and they base it off your weight. And I was like, just my head, and they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, look, I'm be straight up. I'm 100 kilos. I don't look like that, but I'm heavy. Yeah. And they were like, oh, no, it should be all right. And I was like, nah, like I'm pretty heavy. Like I weighed myself this morning, and I went to like my belly button. I went all the way in. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's terrifying.
Yeah. But it like that moment when you're on the edge is different.
How high was it?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think, why is the number 186 jumping into my head? Is that maybe. I'll have to check the footage. They give you like a USB, and it's like a guy jumping off of it. It's like shaped like a man jumping off of
They don't do
the
like
platform.
one of your face.
Well, I
closer?
did, yeah.
Oh, heck,
yeah. So they've got footage from the outside, and you get a glove, and it has a GoPro on it.
Ah,
Yeah. So you can see the
cool.
footage like that, and it was like truly that moment of standing on the edge was, I actually probably felt the biggest fear I've ever felt in my life, where I was like, I need to walk away from this. Like I had a fight or flight moment.
But you did it anyway.
And I just jumped.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Oh man.
I would heavily suggest doing it because it gives you that feeling.
Okay. Whoa, definitely add that to the bucket list.
There's few times in your life where you have you're truly only thinking about one thing at a time, and skating is one of those moments because you do have to think about only skating.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking about something else, it's so easy to come off. It's so easy to hit something the wrong way.
Yep.
And it only takes like something so minor as well, like
Tiny
really
rock
minor.
Or
Yep.
like
Yeah.
a crack in the concrete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like last 2 years, I've had like 3 quite serious injuries. Like punctured my spleen.
Oh my God.
Fractured a bit of my rib, and then my meniscus was torn, and it just like, a whole bunch of things. So I'm like,
Major
Yeah.
stuff.
Jesus.
yeah, like they say, oh, you're never too old to like skate, but
Yeah, you
wow,
definitely
they're
are.
lying.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You might be
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
too injured to skate.
Like I don't skate much anymore. I did a lot when I was younger. When I was smoking a lot of pot.
Yeah.
I would hit the deck and I would get back up. And now, if I go to a skate park now and I go down hard,
Yeah.
I'm done. Like I just go home.
Because you're like, when
Yeah.
I started skating as well, I was like, because I was like a full noob, I was like, I have to get up, I have to be tough, I can't cry,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
watching. But now
Yeah.
I'm just like, I fall and I cry, I'm like, get me out of here, call the ambulance.
Yeah,
Like, can't do, I got work tomorrow, man. Like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Man, the people that are like athletes in that sport, though, even like Liam said, we delved in the scooter world, right?
Yeah.
Scooters
Which
versus
by
skaters.
today's standards is a pretty comparable
Now
industry. Yeah.
there's a lot of still that angst between skaters and scooter riders, but some of the shit that they would do and the way that they would hit the fucking concrete sometimes,
Yeah.
oh boy.
I'm like, how do you, it doesn't make sense. How can you, people fall like that, but you do that like 7 times a week, no worries.
Yeah.
And like downstairs and rails and
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
And you
doesn't
see
make
those skating
sense.
videos, right, where dudes will be trying to set a stairs and they'll be trying to hit that rail, and you'll see them just go down like 7 times, and then they get it on
roll
the
it,
8th
get
try.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, have you heard of El Toro? Like the
Yeah,
big stair
that
set.
huge
So
stair
yeah.
set.
So like one of the guys that we used to work with tried to do that on his scooter. Like it was a big like
the
street
rail
jam.
or the stairs?
No, the stairs.
stairs,
Oh,
right?
the
So he
full jump.
tried to
Yeah. Which he
and
cleared.
except
Oh.
he
Comfortably.
didn't he clip? No, I thought he clipped the last step, and that's what made him eat shit.
No, he did a bri flip. So he did these ones.
That's right.
brought the
So he
scooter
caught his
around.
legs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he ate shit, and like, yeah, his knee was not where it should be.
Yeah, there was a picture of that. I wish I still had that, man.
Yeah.
There's a picture, and it is just, the front of his knee is just, it's just completely flat, and you can see portions of his kneecap on like other parts of his leg.
Yeah. Yeah, fucked.
Fun story about that. He didn't have travel
That's right.
insurance.
This is the best part of it. Oh yeah, please.
Which
tell
was
the story.
offered to him, and he just didn't fill the paperwork out because he was over there for a company.
No, wait. No, he did have it, but he forgot to take out the extra component for being an athlete.
Oh, so
That's
it wasn't
it.
covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
go on.
Then he went to the hospital.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
cost somewhere upwards of like $60,000
Yeah.
that he got as a bill because it was really drastic and it was surgery like immediately. And he left the country. So now he can't go back to America.
Yeah, because what happened was, right,
So
so
he didn't pay it.
no.
he
So
left.
what happened was he fraudulently, and I'm going to say this because I don't talk to the guy anymore.
Yeah.
He fraudulently.
Also, no one knows who we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. He fraudulently claimed that it wasn't a skate park injury and that it just happened.
Oh, yeah, like he
Wow.
fell down the
Travels.
stairs. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
the insurance guy essentially came in with all the social media footage because it had gone viral at this point.
Oh, no.
Like one thing the scooter world I almost think was better than the skate world on was social
Shares.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Social media went hard.
Like
Yeah,
I
'cause they were
posted,
young.
I posted a video when I was running events of a kid doing a backflip on a McDonald's counter. And it broke our Facebook page. Like it was a pro scooter series, it was called at
Yeah.
the time. So I ran like an international event around
wow.
scooters. And the kid did it. It got 350,000 views in one day. And it like broke
Yeah.
the page. Like, I couldn't go to the page because the amount of notifications coming through.
Shut
That's how
itself.
viral
Wow.
like scooters
Yeah.
was. But yeah, this
my
kid, same kind of thing happened.
Yeah.
Insurance guy comes in and he's like, "Did you say that this happened? Just you were traveling." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you explain this video then of you
Yeah.
eating shit
Yeah.
down this what is it 18 stair?"
literal close-ups of his face, like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
people running up to him with their camera.
So he
Oh
didn't
my
get away
God,
with
man.
it.
No,
No,
but
he
he
did
left
not.
the country. He didn't get pay the bill.
Now-
Like, he's never paid the bill.
But
So
he didn't get paid out.
no.
Okay,
No.
yes.
So like
Yeah.
he
It's
essentially
a-
skipped country.
It's a win-lose for him. He didn't have to pay for it, but he also can't go to America now.
Oh, bloody hell. else.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I
nuts.
digress. You know, like there's.
If you met him, you wouldn't feel bad for him.
What's his name?
Yeah, we got some bad blood, bad work blood, I guess. He was hard to work with.
I see. Do you reckon he'd be listening right now?
Maybe actually, it's
Maybe,
possible.
he might.
Yeah, God knows. I don't know if I have him. I'm pretty amicable with him, if I'm being honest. I actually don't
Yeah.
mind him.
He's
He
alright.
was just like not a good employee.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like he'd be nodding along to that, being like, I
yeah,
sucked.
He's like, I could have done better. You know, like remember that time where I was sleeping on the desk that I was provided to do barely any work and get paid a lot of money for? I probably could have done my barely any work instead of sleeping.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
Seriously, if you could have
he-
worked for our old job, you would have loved it.
Yeah, he was effectively hired as a personality because he was
Yeah,
like,
he was
very
a-
known in the
yeah,
industry.
he was our social
He had a
media
very
personality.
very vibrant personality. He was very good. Like he was actually an athlete
yeah.
in the sport, and he was very very good at it.
Yeah.
Which helped him have like credibility working for like a company that was like the mainstream version of.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So he was like our YouTube host for like
Yeah.
any video things we would
wow.
do.
and he was
would
actually
MC
really
our
good.
events.
He just
Yeah.
didn't do it. Like,
Far out.
he really could have. He really could have rode that gravy train into the next millennia. Like,
Yeah,
and
seriously.
he actively chose not to.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Never know.
I feel bad for him, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really wish he knew them, like, at the time, what he had.
Yeah.
Like, how
Damn.
good of a... I would kill a man to be, like, a representative for some form of company, and just
Yeah.
that was my job. That is, like, my dream job.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to, like, host events. I love esports, so, like, that's my, like... I like to geek out over, like, video games and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'd love to, like, get involved in that scene.
I
But
have
also...
so many friends like that.
Yeah.
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 They're like streaming their games and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
anything
yeah.
about the world, but it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's big.
It's
yeah.
a fucking massive
It's
world
out there.
now.
It's one I
nuts.
exposed all of these guys to when
Yeah.
lockdown happened, right?
Yeah.
Because when lockdown happened, I was like, well, we're not doing the podcast because I don't like doing podcasts not in person.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what can we do? Let's just play games for the next 2 years, I guess.
It's just way better than like a Skype call.
Oh, 100%.
situation.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much, I don't know. It's just nicer.
Yeah, feeding off people in person, it like when you hear the Skype ones, you can hear people like,
yeah.
yeah.
You miss emotions. You miss like body.
Yeah.
It's a lot more comfortable like this.
Mm.
Yeah. True. Sorry.
She keeps hitting me. Oh, God.
Really got beef with that.
Yeah, that
mic tonight. Just like
No, we're all
get
good.
it out
We're
of the
all
way.
good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
On that note, and so that we can leave with the mic stand in one piece,
Yep.
we can wrap up there. But look, thank you for coming down.
No, thanks
You're
for
a
having
legend,
me.
and I'm glad we could get you on, and I'm glad you said yes. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool that we got you, honestly, after Mum Sold, because, you know, you could air that and tell us a little bit about that.
It's really interesting to hear about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, definitely something for people to think about if they themselves were planning on, like, we've romanticized the idea of like having a coffee shop, you know,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
things like that. But it's not that easy, right?
It's not very glamorous. It's not.
No.
No. Think people like, oh, you're the boss. You must have it so chill. But it's like, no, you're the one that's there from the beginning to the end. You're the one that's cleaning. You know, like.
Yeah.
But with a good crew, anything's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for having me, guys. Honestly, it was a pleasure.
Hey guys, Liam here. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. If you could be a real heckin' cool guy, it might trill of you to go and give us a review, because that really helps us a lot more than anything else in terms of, you know, gaining exposure and reaching this podcast to other people that may potentially like it. Follow us on the socials, like us, and comment on anything you see, because that helps us as well. Thank you so much. Bye.